guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I'm really excited to show you my new bearded dragon enclosure. This is actually a Zen habitat, and it is a great enclosure cage for a lot of different types of reptiles, including snakes and skinks and things like that. And it's also been used for other animals. I've seen people use it for hedgehogs, so that's really cool. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more animal videos. So I'm really excited to show you the Zen habitat today. It is a beautiful habitat. It's simple and it just works for reptiles. And I've been through a lot of different brands when it comes to reptile enclosures, and it's hard to find enclosures that are large enough for big reptiles. So I've even had cages made specifically for them, like custom made. So I feel like I have definitely had enough experience to give this habitat an honest review. So let me first give you a tour of the habitat and show you how I'm using it for this bearded dragon. She loves digging and climbing and just jumping around her cage, doing all types of natural behaviors that she would in the wild. So it's really important for me to have her set up in a very natural environment and make her enclosure just as natural as possible. As you can see, there is a lot of wood in her cage. This is for her to climb on. I have cottonwood and elmwood branches and logs in here. This wood here is cholla wood, which I really like for animals because it has all the holes where they can grab on. And I've seen her use all of it. She loves climbing everywhere. That's one of the things I love about the habitat, is that it's so big. I was able to fit a lot of stuff, and it's also tall. There are also rocks, a rock under her heat lamp so that it absorbs the heat and gets really hot and comfy for her, and another rock on the cool side as well. And of course, as you notice, there is loose substrate in here. That is actually one of my favorite things about the Zen habitats, is that the whole front of the cage is glass doors that slide open. Love that feature. But they offer a substrate barrier that keeps the soil inside. Almost all of my reptiles are actually in bioactive enclosures, although I wouldn't call this one bioactive just yet because I don't have any microorganisms or isopods and things like that established in there yet. I think that's something I'm going to try to do for the future, but haven't done that just yet. But she has lived in bioactive enclosures before, and she's been living on loose substrate for a really long time, so that was really important for me to be able to put her in something where she was still going to be able to dig. I know a lot of people in the reptile world are afraid of keeping their reptiles on loose substrate. However, keeping reptiles on like newspaper and paper towels and things like that is a very outdated and old mentality type of care. We know that healthy reptiles actually do very well in natural environments where they do have loose substrate. Impaction actually occurs when there's bad husbandry, such as not having enough heat. Now, if small amounts of soil are ingested, this is going to naturally pass through the body. Soil like this actually gives bearded dragons and other reptiles environmental enrichment. They love digging in it. So I love that this habitat can actually hold soil, because for me, that's super important. So going back to talking about the doors here are non-reflective. Reptiles will get really annoyed looking at their own reflection, not understanding that it's them, and try to attack it or eat it. So they can see right through here. All of the walls are this bamboo style wood. This is very good for keeping the heat in, and after keeping reptiles for a while, I've actually come to like habitats like this more than the ones where you can see from all sides. Through experience, I've noticed that the reptiles are more comfortable when there is only one direction to see from. I think it makes them feel very vulnerable to have things happening around them, even when they have their hides and stuff like that. So I really like that, and I think that it's just not something that you think about as a new owner. So do take that into consideration. I really like the color of the habitat. I do not like the cages that are just like white or black when they have solid walls and it's just like that. I think that just looks really boring and ugly, but this one is really pretty. Now the cage is actually pretty light. It's very sturdy without being super heavy and bulky. It's aluminum framing, and it's pretty simple to put together. I will actually link their instructional video so that you can see how to build it if you do buy it. The top is a galvanized steel screen top, and this is something that I wanted to talk about. I felt that in photos and videos the top looked good, but appeared to me like it would be thin or even flimsy, like some of the screen tops on the tanks like that you might be familiar with. This is not. This is very strong. So I actually really like that. It looks actually really pretty while being very well made. It would be difficult for an animal to try to go through it. Like for example, if your cat sit on it, it's not going to bend or do anything really. And with the other screen tops that I've used before, if a cat sits on it, it does start actually breaking. That being said, if you do have birds like parrots, make sure that they aren't able to land on it. They can get their nails stuck in the screen. So just be careful about where you put this. I actually have mine under a table. There's a hole in the back panel where you can bring your lights and heat. Just remember to cover this if you do have a snake. It's very easy to hang your lights from the steel screen top. As you can see, I have my light fixtures hanging from there. It's very easy to install the lamps like this, and it's safe for most reptiles. If you have a snake or something like that, then you can put a guard around it. You can actually place your heat lamps on the screen directly. That is safe, but that might be too far away and not heat up the habitat enough. Just depends on the reptiles you have. I actually prefer the way the lights look inside rather than placing them on top. Now, if you were actually going to hang anything in the cage, you could actually do so using suction cups or actually drilling it into the wood panels. Now, one of the super cool things about the Zen habitats is that they actually are stackable, so you can actually put cages on top of one another. You just need a spacer, which you can get from their website, or you can really just use some 2x4s in between them to stick another cage on top. So overall, I really love this habitat. It's really nice, like functional for both the human and the animal. It looks nice, it's easy to access your pet, and it's sturdy while not being super heavy. And it gives the animal a lot of space and makes a comfortable environment for them while also holding the heat in. Now, this is an expensive cage to buy for your pet. However, I really think that it is worth the price. You are getting your money's worth. And then the other really good thing is that you do get free shipping. So that's awesome. Personally, I actually love this habitat. I think that it's amazing. And I would be really excited for them to release a tall one. I think that's what we need, is that now we have this long, really big cage, but now maybe, build it the other way where it's a tall cage. That would be awesome if they did that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. All the links for the information will be down below in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.